Hey guys, Mad Dog here, back with another PSO2 video. So before getting started with the video, someone was asking what dance this was. This is Dance 32. I don't know if it's in NA right now. It won't be exclusive to JP. You know, we'll get all this stuff eventually, so yeah, just hang on there. Anyway, in today's video, we're just going to discuss Luster weapons. So, as I've made with Phantom, Hero, and as well, if you want to get ready for a Luster, it won't be difficult, but will require some extra weapons. So I will discuss weapons, units, and I'll actually throw in mag as well, since it's usually always a hot topic and people will always have different opinions and yada yada yada. So let's get on to the video. So with Luster, they use only one weapon, and that's Gut Slash. So you're probably thinking, well, that's not terribly bad. Well, you need 3 of them, or 6, depending on how you want to go into battle. Me personally, I just use 3, and I just pick my favorite element. So I will discuss why. So I'll make another video in the future discussing the different types of stances and styles that Luster has that you will need different weapons. So I'll give you a brief overview of that, and then I still have my review video to do on Luster coming in the future. It may be in a couple of days, maybe in December per this video. I'm not sure yet. I only have a couple more videos to do on content, and then I have to kind of think about what I'm going to do next, because I've pretty much covered just all the content of 6 as much as I know, and I'm going to maybe delve into some guides. But anyway, for weapons, you're going to at least need 3 types. So what I mean by that is different elements. So for your fire weapon, you're going to either need a fire or dark weapon, and this will be your damage dealing stance for more taking on like bosses, normal bosses, you know, mega bosses, hard bosses, anything that requires like a group of people to kill and stuff like that, or just something you just need to really kill quickly. The element again is fire and dark. That'll be your full melee stance. So when you have those 2 weapons equipped, or those 2 elements equipped, I'm sorry, it will change your attack stance and style. I won't get more into that. I will do it, like I said, probably my next video. So my next element is light. So for this, you'll either need a light weapon or an ice weapon. So just keep that in mind. This is going to be your Baran style, and this is your long range style. So if you want to use, I would just use light, to be honest. A lot of people will switch between ice or light, or they'll have both. Majority of people will just use light anyway. That's what people mainly use for weapons. They'll just use a light element, since you'll fight a lot of darkers and stuff like that, and a lot of enemies are weak to light anyway. But in episode 6, enemies are weak against dark, really. Well, the episode 6 enemies are weak against dark. But if you want to use light, I would go ahead and use light. For the next one will be wind and lightning for your Zandy style. So the Zandy style lets you kill enemies in groups. Its special attack will actually group the enemies together and will just allow you to just stun them, do lots of damage to them, and just be really just amply mobile with this stance. My favorite is actually the light stance, because you can just stay out of the way of the enemy and just pepper them with ranged attacks and stuff like that. I'll go over all the PAs and such. So it's a really good class, really fun class. I think one of my new favorite classes. So next little touchy subject will be mag. Again, a lot of people have their opinions on mag, blah 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 blah. For Luster, it's either striking, range, or technique. It'll just convert those 3 stats from your mag into your stats. So it's no longer, should I get a dex mag? No dex mag. Just get a striking, range, or technique mag. Period. I will do a review, and then I will show you on screen. You just need those 3 mag types. So a lot of people are not in my comment section saying this or that. It's those 3 types. So you can go with striking, you can go with, well, that one's a little messed up, I had to fix that. You can go with the striking, you can go with the range, or you can go with the technique. It'll just convert accordingly, just like how the weapons and units will do. Speaking of units, I'm pretty much using my units from my striking set on my Luster. No, unless I'm sorry, my Twal. I just use that set. So I just go into pure striking, it gets converted to ranged attack anyway. Then that's where Luster's main stat is, ranged attack. So with your ice and your Baran style, you do ranged attacks. And since gun slashes can probably be considered ranged attacks and striking at the same time, I would just, stick with striking and ranged. So if you have ranged units, you can use those. If you have striking units, use those. I don't know about technique because they don't use text at all. You're stuck to using items like a 12. And speaking of items, for my rings, I have mate lovers for using, of course, mates quicker, and then I have the effort symbol for luster. If you don't know how to get these rings, you need the materials from the. I'm trying to remember what extreme quest it is. If someone can quote me on the bottom, I'm air bubbling right now and I can't remember. But you get the material from that, and then you get the ace of whatever class that you need for level 20's upgrade, which is actually a decal that you can actually apply to yourself. You need one of those. And I think it's the other solar one. The names are different between JP and NA, and I can't think of it right now. But that's okay. Pretty sure someone will comment down below. And if you did, I thank you. So you just need one of those for level 20. And I forget the stats they build. I know they do something for critical hit, power, and damage taken reduction. So it's a nice little ring to have. I have it on all my characters. Well, I'm getting them on my characters. If you don't like switching with something on your right ring, you could use this. But a lot of people use critical strike or whatever you fancy. Again, this is your character. Play it as you want to play it. Now others want it. So that's just a brief overview of just the weapons. The skill lines for Luster, a little crazy. There's a lot of skills, but that's why I'm not going over it in this video. Excuse me, because they have a pretty wide skill tree, especially to do with all three of their stances. So your pretty much ideal is to figure out which one of these elements you want to kind of specialize in. Do you want to use fire or do you want to use dark? Personally, I would use dark, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of episode 6 stuff. So I'm tempted to switch this to dark, which I should switch this to dark, it's no problem. For light or ice, I would use light because a lot of people do anyway. In between wind and lightning, I'm actually going to switch this to lightning because I was doing a lot of episode 4 stuff. And I just figured, hey, like 90% of the enemies are weak to wind anyway, so why not? So, but again, play it as you always want to play your character. That's all I say, because I can't be that guy and say, you're playing your character wrong, or like the billions of other people who said, oh, you're playing your character wrong. Well, if you play it like how you want to play it, who gives a damn, right? So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this gives you an idea of how you should make Luster, because like I said, it's a fun class. When this come out, if you haven't already played it, yeah, it's very fun. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.